I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up here in the booth. And Charles, for fans of defensive football, I don't think it gets any better than this. We get to see the league's best and second best defenses square off in a game where points probably figure to be at a premium.
But hits won't be at a premium, will they? Because these two units, they dole them out. And if each of them has their way, we'll take a 0-0 game into overtime, partner. Very rare to see either one of these defenses slip up more than a couple of times in a game. So when there's a mistake, if you're the opposing offense, you better take advantage and capitalize, because you won't get many shots at the end zone, many shots at kicking field goals. This is going to be a fun one.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Desperados will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. And look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was the part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield, across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Aguilar. And he fires one that's intercepted. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Off play action. Aguilar. And his throw is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Looking to throw. Aguilar. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Flushed out right. Oh, what a move. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Right back to him on first down.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
14 yards there on a Falcon first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Aguilar. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are back within a score.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
Houston set to take over. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Some back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock.
And this throw will be intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Falcons offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Aguilar. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack.
The start to this one, the would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
To throw on 3rd down. Aguilar. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this was we're never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Aguilar. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Back to throw. Aguilar. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Falcons at 5-1 here in this early part of the season, and they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And now out comes Houston.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
If we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage. A little bit slow to get rid of the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And the lead will hold at 10. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
To throw on second down. Aguilar. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And that had trouble written on it from the start.
Yeah, I'd say, partner, sometimes you just got to know when to surrender and mitigate the loss. Instead, he kept going backwards, and now it's 3rd and long. Good luck with this play call.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Aguilar. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. All in all, no gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 3rd and long. He knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be Falcon football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Aguilar. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Aguilar. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Well, the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
One final go for this offense here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Wide open receiver complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
By number 10. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Desperados.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Aguilar. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Aguilar. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Aguilar. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's caught. And he will get into the end zone. And a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And On 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Finding room at midfield. He's still on his feet. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Illegal touching. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, a response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Falcons ready to take over.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting the shreds.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
False start. Offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Aguilar. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Aguilar's pass, complete to number 89. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 14. At the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Aguilar looking middle, and that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Number 6. That's a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, Aguilar. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Aguilar. And he's going to go down again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one at this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Aguilar.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
from the gun on third down. Aguilar. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Gets around him and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Desperados add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here now come the Falcons.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this...
To throw on 2nd down. Aguilar.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Aguilar escaping the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they manage to convert And that'll keep the drive alive.
36-yard line.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on second down. Aguilar. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
To number 17. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
To throw on second down. Aguilar. And that one his first incompletion in his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down. Aguilar.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll run it on the toss. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here is another interception. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Yeah, this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. And they'll send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
And This is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. On 1st and 10, Aguilar to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort.